All right, hello everyone. In this video here, I'm going to talk about ammunition selection. I'm going to discuss your hideout or your mouse calibers. I'm going to discuss your service calibers, meaning military or police, and then I'm going to go into revolvers. The main thing about this is to get you familiar and also what is suitable for self-defense. All right. So American bullets are measured in hundreds of an inch. So right here we have the 22. The 22 is measured in 22 hundredths of an inch. All right. Now you also have 22 short. You have 22 long. It might say LR in the box, meaning long rifle. You also have 22 Magnum. So you have several 22s, but this right here is a 22 short. It's also a rim firing projectile. And what I mean by that is, as you see, the bottom of the case here is slick, right? So anywhere the firing pin hits on the bottom of here, it will ignite the gunpowder and send the bullet down range. This is good for plinking at cans, target shooting, starting a child off because it's hardly no recoil. Can you kill someone to use this for self-defense? Absolutely, you can. But this is good for shooting bunny rabbits and squirrels, mainly, all right? Not really suitable for self-defense, but can you use it for self-defense? Yes, but not what we really want to carry, okay? Now, the next one we have here is a 25 ACP. ACP meaning American Colt Pistol. This is a centerfire cartridge. Notice in the bottom here, some people might say this looks like a button. But however, unlike the rimfire cartridge, the firing pin must hit the center of this in order to ignite the gunpowder and send the bullet down range. Again, not really suitable for what we want to use for self-defense, but I personally know a guy who, with good shot placement, took a 25 caliber Beretta, killed one guy, and got an immobility kill on the other guy. He paralyzed him for life. 25 ACP. The next one we have here is a 32 ACP. The 32 ACP. All right. Again, this is a centerfire cartridge. Remember, ACP, automatic Colt pistol. Now that round is well suited for a pocket pistol or hideout gun. Here we have the 380. Most people are familiar with the 380. You've heard about it. Don't know how much you know about it, but the same guy, John Browning, that invented the 25 ACP. Later on, he wanted something bigger than the 25, so he invented the 32. And then he wanted something larger than the 32. So he went to Europe, and then thus the 380 was born. Now I'm going to come back to this in a minute. But however, these are your mouse calibers or, again, your hideout calibers. All right? These are generally found in smaller guns. Though for the 380, there are some full-size guns. And what I mean by full-size, barrels of 3.5 to 4 inches or better. But most of these weapons right here are used in barrels 3 inches long, 2.25 inches at best. Now we're going to your service calibers, military or police. Now I mentioned the 380. Okay, the 380 is 9 by 17. The first number is the diameter of the bullet. The second number is how long the case is. So 9 by 17, and the case itself is 17 millimeters long. John Browning again, excuse me for a second, when he went to Europe, he wanted something bigger than the 32. The Germans had already invented the 9 millimeter. All right. So what he did was he took the 9 millimeter and he chopped down the case because this is 9 by 19. And so he made this 9 by 17. The true diameter of that bullet is not .380, and no one has been able to explain it to me yet. Because why they call it the 380? They should just call it the 9 millimeter short, or in Germany, 9 millimeter Kurz. Kurz meaning short in German. because if this had been invented in the United States, the diameter of the bullet is 0.355, not 0.380. So I don't know where 380 came from. If you do, put it in the comments. Okay, the next round we have here is the 357 SIG. Also, let me go back. The 9mm is more suitable for what we want to use for personal protection. I'm a firm believer for the moderately trained person that's going about his or her daily business, a 9mm will just be fine. Here we have the 357 SIG. This bullet is still around, but it's really fading out. Now, what they did was they took the 40 caliber case and they necked it down and put a 9mm bullet on top of it. And like I say, they call it the 357 SIG. It has, on the low end, 357 Magnum velocities. And then here we have the 40 caliber. This is a very good caliber. It does very well against barriers such as windshield glass and especially human bone, where to hit it and break it, it'll go straight through. Now, the 10mm came first. And then some people couldn't handle the recoil of the 10mm. So Smith & Wesson, what they did was they just chopped down the case some, and thus the 40 caliber was born. Now this is a round right here that is really going extinct. Georgia State Patrol used to carry this a long time ago in Fulton County School Police. This is the 45 GAP. Now remember earlier I mentioned ACP, the 45 GAP. Excuse me one second. GAP means Glock automatic pistol. What Glock did was they wanted to put 45 caliber power in a 9mm pistol. So you see how both of them are the same size? And so that's what they did. They took the 45 ACP and they took it and chopped it down to 9mm size and put it in 9mm size pistols. The only thing is, of course, it couldn't hold as many rounds. But however, like say Fulton County Police and Georgia State Patrol used to carry this. It did not take on well. Smith & Wesson, Springfield, and Glock all made pistols for it, and then Smith & Wesson and Springfield backed out of it, and Glock doesn't even sell these anymore. I mean, you know, you might could find one, but it's going to be a little difficult to find ammo. It's basically going the way of the dodo bird. This right here is the 45 ACP. The military used this for years. Again, this is a very good round, but, you know, depending on how big you are, like you take carrying something, you know, a caliber, a pistol of this caliber, you know, could be a bit cumbersome. The very last round we have here, I decided to put it in the service, excuse me, service projectiles. This is the 5.7. U.S. Special Forces, Secret Service, they use this round. Okay, 5.7. Okay, now we're going to go over here to revolvers. We have here your 38 Special. We have here your 357 Magnum. These are the same diameter bullets. This is not, the diameter of this is not 0.38, it's 0.357. If you have a 357 Magnum, excuse me, you could take 38 Specials and put in a 357 Magnum and shoot them. It's cheaper, but you can't put 357 Magnums in a 38 Special because the case width, this is too long. It wouldn't fit in the cylinder. Same here with the 44 Special and the 44 Magnum. You can put 44 Specials in the Magnum, but you can't do it the other way around. And this right here is a 45 Colt. No such thing as 45 long Colt. It's just 45 Colt. This is the original 45 that you see on the cowboy movies that they were firing. And then when the year 1911 came around, or shortly before that, they took the 45 and they put it in the semi-auto and they chopped it down. So that's all they did. Now, when it comes to revolvers, 38 Special, 357 Magnum, you know, they're still good for carry. But however, They're not as slim. You know, you have the cylinder that's pretty thick. Might be a little harder to hide, but however, they're really good. Most people nowadays, depending, use revolvers in a backup role. They don't use them as a primary weapon anymore. That is some. But you have some people that still like a good revolver, especially older people. They always talk about their 38. So, excuse me, guys, a little stuffy here, stopped up here. But however, like say the service calibers, 9 millimeter, 350, 9 millimeter, 357 SIG, 40, 10 millimeter, 45 gap. It's not around anymore, but 45 ACP. Those are the rounds that you really want to carry for serious self defense. All right. So, if no questions, if you have any, leave them in the comments. But other than that, like I say, this is just a brief talk on ammunition selection. Be safe.